Good afternoon. Who's going to have the first question for you, Jelena?
Yeah. What do you think she did that helped you play bad today? What do you think occurred in the match?
First of all, I think the center court is much slower than the other courts I played before, and I think she had really many advantages because of that, because my shots were not that effective on such a slow court. But in general, I think she was defending quite well, and and she was serving also quite good today.
Jelena, not the result you wanted today, but what do you feel about your tournament as a whole?
I mean, in general, I think I had 2 great weeks here. Of course, today is not the result I wanted, but I think I can still learn something, and everything will come with experience. But in general, I think I did pretty well these 2 weeks and got my confidence back.
Jelena, you almost got her back at the end of that second set. Did it feel like it was very close to you being back in the match?
Actually, yes. When it was 5-3 and I had a couple of break points, I felt like the match can turn the other way, because she started already to miss a couple of balls, which she didn't before, because she was playing very consistent during the whole match. But then I was rushing too much and hit some unforced errors, which I shouldn't, of course, and the match finished.
You never played her before, so what was it about her ball and her game that struck you? It's always tricky when you play someone the first time.
I mean, first of all, she's lefty. It's a little bit different, and everything is on the different side because we're more used to play against righties. But I mean, I knew how she's playing, but I played only 1 match on center court, and I didn't actually expect it was that slow.
You said you got your confidence back from your tournament. Where was your confidence before, and what was the moment that you got it back?
I mean, at the French Open, obviously it was not there because I had to defend such a big title, and I didn't play my best at all. But I think every match here I was winning, and I was getting my confidence back, and just every match playing better and better. I mean, unfortunately today not the result I wanted, but I was still fighting there.
Did you feel this way as well last year? You would kind of come through the first week, maybe not on center court, on the outer courts, and then when you came on center court, did the ball feel slower last year as well against Venus?
Actually, last year was a little bit different conditions because the roof was closed, so everything was faster, and for Venus it was a big advantage last year. But this year the roof was opened, and I felt like when I played, for example, on court 3, that the shots I was hitting were more effective than the shots I was hitting today. Like, I was hitting many good balls, but she was getting everything back, and I felt like the court is really slow.
Sometimes when you crack that backhand, the crowd sort of gasp. You can hear it. Can you hear that yourself when you're playing?
Actually, yeah, I mean, because especially at the match points when she had I think 5-1, I hit a couple of backhands down the line, and the crowd was just going crazy.
And how does that make you feel when you're out there?
I mean, it feels great because then you have even more motivation to play, and even if you're losing, you still want to fight, and I mean, that's what I was doing today.
It's obviously pretty soon after the match, so it might be hard to do this, but what do you think you've learned from this match today?
I mean, just in general, I think that I have to play very consistent, and on this level, if I'm doing so many unforced errors, it's not gonna work because such a player is like Angie. I mean, she's very consistent, and if I want to play on that level, I have to reduce my unforced errors.
Jelena, obviously a lot of people think of you as kind of like a boom-boom player. They see the power, and they think that, you kind of hit big every single ball. But I'm curious, like, are you actively working on learning how to play with more margin and with, more patience in the rallies, or do you think that your game style is just hit?
No, I mean, of course, I'm working on my consistency, and I mean, also like today, you could see in first couple of games I did like drop shot winners, which for me is like not very often I do this, but it worked pretty well today. And of course, I'm working on my consistency, and it's not like I want to hit every ball so hard. Sometimes in the match that happens because I really want to hit a winner and I want to win the point. But in the practice, of course, I'm working on long rallies and in general on that.
Do you think you need to mix it up sometimes, like you said, the drop shot and a few other things, rather than being so aggressive?
I mean, sometimes, of course, because players, they expect me to hit every ball. But, like, for example, today when I hit a couple of drop shots, it was winner because she didn't expect me to do that.
You didn't keep thinking you continue that, or you think just a couple is okay?
I mean, I think in one game I did like 2 or 3 drop shot winners, but then I tried to do it again in the other games, but I think that was way too much, so I kind of stopped doing this.
Jelena, a lot of people would say that Angie is just a retriever, but is she more than that? Is she better than that?
What is retriever?
Just runs around, gets it back. Just somebody who gets it back all the time.
I mean, not really. Like, when she played against me today, I mean, I'm hitting the ball much harder than her, and she didn't really have this opportunity to go for the shots. But when she plays against players, when she has time, I think she's doing winners and she's going for the shots. It's not like she's just running and putting everything back. With me, of course, she was more defensive player because I hit the ball much harder. But otherwise, I think she's not only defensive player, she can hit winners as well.
I thought it was an entertaining match. I mean, I'm sorry about the outcome for you, but do you think that if, hypothetically, if it was a best-of-5 match, let's say if you had a chance to go to a third set, like Kevin Anderson did, where he lost the first 2 sets to Federer, and then he could come back and win the next 3. Do you feel that, that's an issue that people should talk about more? And if so, what would be the arguments for and against that?
For us to play 5 sets?
Yeah.
That's a good question, but I think men are much stronger than we are, and they are so used to play like those 5 sets in the Grand Slams. I think for us it would be something strange because we're not used to doing that, and I mean, I don't know. It's a good question.
Do you think you could do it? Like physically, emotionally, could you have lasted longer, do you think, in a match like this? It was tough.
It depends how long would be the match. If the match would be 5 hours, I think it would be tough, but if the match was like 3.5 or 4 hours, I think that could work. Depends how long each set lasts, because I practice sometimes 3 hours in a row, so I'm kind of used to it.
Do you have any thoughts on Serena versus Angie in the final?
I mean, I didn't watch much of their match right now, but I think Serena is in a really good shape right now, and she's playing very, very well. And I mean, Angie also, she did very few unforced errors today, and she was very, very consistent. So I think it's going to be a good match.
Okay, any other questions? Thank you. We'll go to Malcolm.
Okay.
Un tas no sākuma jau tāds bija uzstādījums, varbūt treneri būtu ļoti agresīvai.
Pirmkārt, es zināju, ka ar viņu ir jāspēlē agresīvi, jo tad viņi ir zem spiediena un tad viņa vairāk sāk kļūdīties, bet es īsti nezināju, ka tas laukums būs tik lēns, jo, kad es pirmo maču spēlēju, man likās, ka viņš ir lēns, bet, ne tik lēns, tāpēc, ka, kad es spēlēju vairākus mačus uz 3. laukuma, tur viss daudz ātrāk notika, un šodien es situ daudzas bumbas, kurus pirms tam mačos es situ, tas bija winners. Šodien viņai bija iespēja visas bumbas atsist atpakaļ. Es domāju, ka tas ir tikai dēļ tā, ka laukums bija pārāk lēns.
Izstāst, kas notika tev, teiksim, tajā prātā pirmā seta beigās, otrā sākumā, kad vispār nekas neizdevās?
Nav tā kā nekas neizdevās. Mums daudz labas izspēles bija, un tur dažas bumbas. Man pirmajā setā bija break bumbas, es tur varēju uztaisīt 4-2, bet bišķiņ tur nepaveicās vai kaut kas tāds, tāpēc, ka tādā līmenī jau ir, tā kā, ja paveicās, tad arī labi, bet dažreiz nepaveicās, un tad mačs pagriežās viņas pusē.
Vismaz man izskatījās, ka otrā seta vidū tu beidzot pārslēdzies tā, kļuvu pacietīgāk, un tas deva rezultātā.
Es bišķiņ otrajā setā, kad es zaudēju, es bišķiņ mēģināju pamainīt spēli, iedot viņai dažus šansus iesist, un arī ar servēm es mēģināju viņai bišķiņ vājāk servēt, un tas viņai nepatīka. Bet tad es arī dažos momentos baigi sasteidzos un diezgan daudz kļūdas sataisīju.
Tā kā, primāri jau pati, kā saks, pat vainīgi jau sev var vainot, ka iznāk.
Es uzskatu, ka es pati šodien zaudēju maču. Protams, viņa ļoti labi spēlē, viņa ļoti maz kļūdījās, Bet, kā es teicu, ļoti lēns laukums bija un mani sitieni nebija tik efektīvi uz šī laukuma. Un vienkārši nākošais, kad pret viņu spēlēšu, būs bišķiņ jāpamaina spēle un jābūt pacietīgāk.
Kaut kāds konkrēts iemesls, kāpēc tagad to preses konferenci tik vēl atnāca?
Nē, vienkārši tā sanāca.
Un ko jūs tagad darīsiet? Es saprotu, ka tikai augustā tagad turnīrs būs nākamais.
Nākošais turnīrs es spēlēšu Monreālā uz Hārceguma, Hārcezonu. Tagad braukšu uz mājām un gatavošos Hārcegumam.
Viena pati, treneris arī var būt līdzi vai kā?
Kas?
Treneris arī būs līdzi vai?
Kur līdzi?
Uz Latvijā.
Protams, ka treneris arī būs līdzi. Protams, tagad es dažas dienas atputīšos, jo 3 nedēļas es spēlēju katru dienu. Man, sākot no izbora, nebija neviena diena brīva. Tā kā man sanāca katru dienu gan trenēties, gan spēlēt. Un, protams, tagad jāatpušās dažas dienas, un tad ar jauniem spēkiem sākt gatavoties Hārcezonai.
Okay, thank you.